beautiful, Spirit. I hope that you're doing well. I just hope that you're staying strong. You know, I hope that you're not ever going to give up, no matter how many obstacles you face, no matter what you come in contact with, no matter what's in your path. I don't want you to ever give up. Okay? I don't want you to ever stop trying. I don't want you to ever think that you will miss your mark because setbacks happen, because things happen in your life. There's a lot of love in the spiritual realm for you, and I want to do my best to convey that. But I just want to tell each and every person that watches this that you are loved, you will make it, and you will overcome. Okay? This is your sign. You will overcome. My name is Jordan. I am a psychic, intuitive, tarot reader, medium. I wear a lot of different hats, but I'm just a regular person trying to share a gift with the world, trying to inspire you to share your gift with the world. And I appreciate you allowing me to be authentically myself. We're going to do a pick a card reading. And I want you to know that I am probably going to be very different than what you are used to watching on the internet. I'm not going to be editing videos. It's going to be very raw, very uncut. And I just want to flow in that spiritual essence. So it's not going to look necessarily polished. You know what I mean? But I promise you that I'm going to do my best to convey the messages for you. A little bit about myself. I am the owner and creator of ChakraSpiritTarot, which is a entity that heals the girls, the world. It's a beautiful extension of myself and what I've been through, and it's a way that I can express myself through my gift, and really just see the beauty in my own life. So you can follow me on all platforms. That's ChakraSpiritTarot, ChakraSpiritSpiritAR. I'm sorry, Chakra, ChakraSpiritTarot, one word. ChakraSpiritTarot. That's on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube and TikTok. Okay, so that's on all 4 platforms. There are a lot of scams happening as of right now. There's a lot of fake accounts, especially on Facebook and Instagram. So you guys have to make sure that you are just kind of paying attention to that. Okay, today's pick a card reading is going to be based on any messages from your spirit guides, any messages from the ones that you've loved, the ones that you've lost. What are they trying to tell you? What are they wanting you to know and to understand? Okay, I'm going to divide this up into 3 different groups. I don't have any cards already laid out. I'm going to pull them as I do the groups. But I do want you to take a second. I want you to think about what number resonates with you. What number have you been seeing a lot of? There's going to be group 1, group 2, and group 3. Okay? And I really want you to really pick a number that you feel drawn to. Okay? That you feel like calls out to you. Okay? And if you don't mind, I'm just going to ask your spirit guides for permission to channel on your behalf. I appreciate you. For sure. We're going to start with group 1. I'm going to lay out the messages and I'll let you know exactly what I am feeling and picking up as of right now that you may need to know from your spirit guides. While I'm doing this, I just want to let you know that your spirit guides are going to be anyone that you've lost, anyone who you have anyone that you've lost, for sure. Okay, it doesn't matter how long you've known them. It doesn't matter if you had a relationship with your dad's side of the family or what have you. Anyone that you've lost, I want you to understand is your spirit guide. Okay, it could be that grandmother who didn't necessarily like religion when she was here. She's still a spirit guide of yours. It could be a lot of different things, and I want you guys to understand that. So this is the energy for group 1. The very first thing that I want to point out is you definitely do have a spiritual gift, and this to me is heightened. The number 4 shows up, so a lot of you might actually resonate with the month of April as having a spiritual awakening. Okay, I feel like the month of April really opened up a lot of doors for you. It really opened up a lot of intuitive insight, is what I'm gonna say. With that intuitive insight, though, I feel like you've been able to see things that hurt you. Okay, I feel like you've been able to kind of recall things that hurt you, look a lot deeper into your relationships, look a lot deeper into your emotions and things like that. Also, this says that you don't necessarily have physical evidence. So let me back up real quick, group 1. So basically, you're hurt, you're emotional right now, and if you really sit back and ask yourself, do I have any evidence as to why I'm hurt? Can I validate physically with the physical eye anything that should be hurting me as of right now? I think you'll find that answer is no. I think that what you are doing is you are intuitively reading a situation yourself, and that is why you are so emotional as of right now. That's why your emotions are all over the place as of right now. You get what I'm saying? That is very deep, is what I'm going to say. As an empath, you pick up on a lot of different emotions, and you can spend your time being sad about something that you haven't necessarily voiced to anyone else, or they don't know that you're sad based on that energy. They're not a mind reader. They're not spiritual like you. They're not intuitive like you. So I do want you to understand, like, that is where a great deal of your emotions come from. Okay, death is up right here. Death is up right here, and also transition is up right here. So this is actually talking about a lot of different spirits being drawn to you. Okay, so I want to tell you something. Physical symptoms of having all these different spirits being drawn to you it's going to be nausea. You're nauseated. You get headaches. A lot of your right legs, I feel like, are going to definitely be affected by that energy. When energy affects the right leg, it's usually dealing with a more more dominative spirit, like the male energy is what I'm gonna say. So if your right leg has been bothering you, then that is an intuitive sign that males are trying to connect with you through spirit. Okay, kind of deep, I know, but definitely true, and I kind of like that. Where is the relationship as of right now? I think that I'm not gonna say relationships up in flames, but I don't think that your relationship is moving in the direction that you want it to move into, only because there's an imbalance here. Okay, you are about energy, about spirituality. You are about opening and enlightening yourself, and your partner is not. Okay, that is somehow creating an imbalance, but it shouldn't create an imbalance, is what I'm going to say. For sure, it shouldn't create an imbalance. I think that you just have to understand that you are more intuitive. Mind my smoke. I think that you need to understand that you are more intuitive than your partner, which is okay. Okay, I also want to address your conscious energy here as well. Okay, there's a lot of fear here, and the message that's coming through is to be safe, that you're safe. Okay, I don't know exactly why your spirit guides are wanting you to know that you are safe and you are protected, and based on that energy, it's pretty heavy. So I don't know, maybe you feel like someone is out to get you. Maybe you feel like something is happening or something is going to happen to you. You are safe. You are protected. Okay, you are safe. You are protected. That is here. Whatever you're facing, whatever you're going through, whatever you're dealing with, you are safe. And I wish that there was another language, another word that I could speak to you in to let you know how deeply that energy is sitting in my heart space as of right now. Okay, there is someone that you need to be talking to. There is someone that you have already talked to, and you can trust them, is what this is. Okay, foundation and also the top of a house shows up here. So this is basically intuitive signs that I see. I'm going to translate this to you quickly. This is talking about you maintaining stability in the space that you are in. Okay, and some of you actually, you know, the crazy thing about when our spirit guides gives us signs is that it literally does begin to formulate our reality. Okay, so intuitively I seen the top of the house, but you actually may actually have things going on with the top of your house as well. Okay, because that is what your spirit guides are wanting to intuitively transfer to you, if any of that makes sense. I think you are stable where you are, and you will be where you're at. Okay, you are safe, your family is safe, and your kids is safe. There's talk about a little girl here, so maybe you have a daughter, or maybe you have someone in spirit that you've lost. I think that little girl, the month of September shows up as well in regards to that, is what I'm going to say. You're safe. You're safe. I also want to say, make sure that you take what resonates and leave what doesn't. There are a lot of spirits here as of right now, and we're just trying to communicate a lot of messages through to anyone who may watch this. These videos are timeless as well, but you're safe. The number 2 shows up. This is talking about the month of February. Okay, the month of February holding a lot of different things that really kind of formulated where you, the way that you think as of right now. Okay, your spirit guides are wanting you to go back and revisit this, and pull intuitively knowledge and strength from it. A lot of it has to do with relationship. What happened in the month of February? Why are your spirit guides asking you to go back and revisit and recall what has happened, in order to get through what you are going through as of right now? Okay. Let's see. I want to talk about the rejection that shows up here, as of right now. This is saying that people aren't necessarily gravitating towards you. Okay, not even so much of relationship, but people are just not necessarily gravitating towards you right now, and it's making you feel rejected. It's making you feel unwanted. It's making you feel unhappy. It's making you feel like you just don't belong or don't fit in. It's for a purpose. This does talk about reunion, and this talks about energy coming back. So that energy, I'm going to translate that to people. In other words, people that rejected you one time will be coming back. And I'll put a time on this. This, to me, is within the next 4 weeks, is what I'm going to say. Again, this is timeless. So whenever you watch this, it's not 4 weeks from the date that I record. It's 4 weeks from the date that this energy is transmuted from me to you. Okay? That's 4 weeks. So count on those individuals coming back. And I want to also say this. Your spirit guides want to also say this. I hope that you've learned the lesson. I hope that you've learned the lesson. Excuse me, sometimes I get emotional. Um, because there's just so much love, and it's just hard to translate that love. The message from your spirit guides is, I hope that you've learned the lesson so you can really move forward and create change. How do you feel about that, group 1? How do you feel about those messages from your guides? I want to leave you with this. You have more people working for you than you realize. You probably just can't see them. Remember that. Next, I'm going to be reading group 2. Group 2, thank you for choosing the number 2. The number 2 really resonates on a high vibrational frequency that puts you right in alignment and right in line with your spirit guides. So I think that Group 2, those of you who picked the number 2, I think it's a beautiful number, and I think that you definitely have some heavy messages that are coming through. So I do want to just say thank you for allowing me to channel into your energy. Thank you so much for allowing me to, giving me permission to read on your behalf. Okay. I gotta refill this candle real quick. It kind of just went out on this. Whew. And I'm gonna cut my little fan on right here. Does anybody else get hot whenever they're reading or channeling? Okay. Let's see where you are as of right now, Group 2, and what your spirit guides want you to know. While I'm pulling this, I want to tell you, make sure that you are doing your research. Okay, make sure that you're doing your research. Make sure that you are, becoming hip, spiritually hip to the things that you need to be spiritually hip to. Okay, I feel like a lot of you look for your advice on the internet, which is good, but don't look from it from a certain source. Don't look from it from a certain reader, from just a certain spiritual source. I want you to really do your own research, and I want you to intuitively take what resonates and leave what doesn't at all times, so you can see exactly what your ancestors and what your spirit guides have done. This, your spirit guides are wanting you to know that there is a fight that's happening as of right now. This to me is a spiritual fight as well as a physical fight, and you're gonna have to remain strong is what I'm going to say. The number 1 is of significance here. I think you've been dealing with everything that you're dealing with as of January this year. For those of you who have been dealing with things way before January of this year does mark a significant change or a significant increase in the battle. Your emotions are also validated here. I think that you are hurt or being hurt or were hurt in service of others and just trying to help someone. You know what I mean? I don't want you to necessarily feel like you can't help someone without hurting yourself or without being hurt, because that's not what... I just don't want your heart to be in that space. Okay, continue to help, continue to pour yourself into other people even though you're being hurt, and we're going to look more deeply into that. Okay, the number 6 does show up here. So again, this is timeless. So 6 weeks from now, from the time that you watch this video, I think that you come out of this particular battle. Okay, all is well is what your spirit guides are saying. All will end well, and also intuition is up right here. So I do feel like you can kind of foresee that things are going to work out, but you can't necessarily, you don't have any physical evidence. So that's where your faith comes in, and you're gonna have to have a lot of faith. Okay, this does talk about a spirit being around you that is a male. Okay, so I think that you're gonna need to tap into that. Make sure that you're lighting your candles and connecting with that specific spirit guide. I'm going to tell you something. We all have, if you can't pinpoint that male, we all have a great-great-grandfather that we never met, and you'd be so surprised at how closely they walk with us. A lot of you are taking on a lot of guilt. A lot of you are taking on a lot of pain, a lot of emotions. You just feel so much, and you need some type of relief. Okay, I wish I could tell you that relief is going to happen right now. I wish I could tell you that relief is going to happen tomorrow, but it's not. Okay, I'm going to put a number on this again. 6 weeks, I think that you'll start to feel that spiritual relief. You get what I'm saying? But you're a fighter, though. Okay? You're a fighter. You're always going to try to be helping people. You're always going to try to be... You're just always going to be that person. So you got to really get used to how you feel as of right now. This does come with the territory that you're trying to navigate. Being a healer, being a helper, being someone's confidant, being someone's go-to person. You're the best go-to person that there could ever be. I want you to know nobody can do it better than you. Nobody can do it better than you. Another thing for group 2, someone's watching you help. Someone's watching you heal. Someone's watching you intervene for others. In other words, you're an inspiration to someone at this very moment. At this very moment, you're inspiring someone else to be as kind as you are, to help. For a lot of you, this could be kids. For a lot of you, this could be someone that that you don't necessarily even know. Okay, continue to be that role model. Continue on your journey. I really feel like that heroic energy here. I feel like you are everyone's hero, but you're not a hero to yourself. Okay, it's a sacrifice that you willingly make to help someone else while putting yourself on the back burner. Okay, and let me tell you, as a fellow healer, as a fellow spiritualist, it is okay to put yourself on the back burner to help someone else. Trust me, there's going to be an even energetic exchange one day, and that is called healing. That's what we're on our path to, that even energetic exchange. Okay, where's relationship as of now? I think that you are solid with who you are with, is what I'm going to say. And what makes you solid is your frame of mind. You're choosing to be in the relationship and not give up. You're choosing to pour into this individual and not give up. You're too solid for me to say, okay, you're wavering here. That's not the case. You know, you have your head on your shoulders. You got your mind together. You know exactly what you want to do. You know exactly what it's going to take. And I think that you implement that plan. The number 4 shows up here. This talks about the month of April. I'm going to also narrow this down. I believe we're talking about the 16th to be exact. I want you to go back in your calendar, go back in your text messages, and look at what was talked about on the 16th. That's going to be your sign that you're right where you need to be. There's your sign there. Whew. There is your sign there. How do you feel about that so far? Are you going to be okay? Are you okay with that? I want to say I'm very surprised, group 2. I'm not surprised, but for this to be a reading that's going to be for different people, so many different people, it just makes me realize we got a lot of heroes. We got a lot of people sacrificing. We got a lot of people doing good work. Continue to put people first. It's your calling. It's your passion. Continue to use your gift to help. The present is up right here, so this talks about you currently operating in your calling. This is it. I like that. Remember, everything is happening exactly how it's supposed to right now. Okay. What are the best ways? Let's look. What are the best ways for you to cope with this? Let's see what your spirit guides say about that. The very first thing that comes up that's not necessarily the best way, don't cut anyone off, okay? Don't make any cuts. Don't distance yourself from anyone right now. Be solid with the relationships and the friendships and the people that are around you that you have as of right now. You are that connecting piece. They need you in their life. This is something that I feel like you begin to back up a little bit from because your emotions are so escalated right now. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of depression. And you think that you have to protect yourself. The only way that you heal yourself is through healing other people. It's through healing other people. Stay. Stay. Let's look at the past. This talks about you giving more of yourself, especially in a relationship. Relationship shows up here for sure. This talks about you giving more of yourself and never actually being equally compensated. The number 6 shows up again. So this is talking about 6 years, from 6 years until now, just not being equally compensated. And I think it's starting to wear on you. I'm going to tell you to be strong. Some type of spiritual advice, what do you think? Some type of spiritual advice would be making sure that your candles are lit, adding some type of black salt or maybe some type of patchouli herb to your candle. And while you sleep, you know, burning candles are extremely beneficial to us when we're in that unconscious state, okay, when we're sleeping. For sure, our spirit is awake while we are asleep, so we can feed it properly and more fluidly when we're sleeping. So candles by your bedside, I think, are really going to kind of open things up for you. Your spirit guides also want me to tell you that your mother is going to be okay. And for those of you who have lost your mother, she is okay. Transition shows up here, and as well as the number 9. So this is talking about a year of completion. I think that somehow you are responsible for that transition. Maybe you've been talking to your mom. And for those of you whose mother is still here, I think it's time to work on that relationship. For sure. For sure. New beginnings from today. From the time that you watch this. New energy. A fresh start. Absolutely. I love you. Hold on, I got clients texting me at this moment. I love you, group 2. Your spirit guides love you too. Okay, group 3. Group 3 really has a very familiar energy that I feel like I might resonate with. So I'm excited to see what your spirit guides have to say to you, and I'm going to be listening as well, like I always do. The energy of arguments is definitely prevalent, or dysfunction is what I'm going to say. Make sure that you are sage, and you know this is a surefire way to remove some negative energy. It ain't going to do the trick, but it'll definitely remove a lot of that negative energy. It'll give you a leg up, is what I'm gonna say. Okay, make sure that you're hydrating yourself too. Make sure that you are hydrating yourself as well. So let's do this. While I'm pulling your energy and your messages from your spirit guides, I want you to know that you are the you're just good. Okay, you're just good. I think that your spirit guides are extremely proud of you for how you have taken control over your life, for the things that you have taken control over, for the changes that you made. I think they're extremely proud of you for sure. An energy of congratulations comes through. And I think that you are in your winning season is what I'm going to say. This to me, I feel like you should feel refreshed. And you got to understand, feeling refreshed doesn't always necessarily mean that you feel good. Excuse me. Okay? Feeling refreshed don't necessarily mean that you feel good. Maybe you're refreshed is just waking up and trying again. Waking up and moving forward. You know, it's different ways that you can feel refreshed is what I'm going to say. A new path shows up here. Your spirit guides really feel like you are taking responsibility over your life. They feel like they don't necessarily need to guide you so much as of right now. They're saying that you're wise in what you're doing. You're making the right decisions. You're being smart about things. And you need to continue to use your own brain, your own intuition to navigate life for a little bit. I'm not necessarily saying that you're on your own without your spirit guides' help, but I do think that they are letting you kind of take the wheel in this case. 2 and 4 show up. I think that this puts it about 2 to 4 months. 2 to 4 more months is what I'm going to say. And like I said, that these readings are definitely timeless. So regardless of when you get the reading, when you see this, when you hear it, that's 2 to 4 months, okay, of you just doing it on your own strength, your own endurance, your own tenacity. And your spirit guides definitely feel like you can, for sure. For sure. I will say I feel like a little bit of advice is coming through is don't try anything new right now, because I think that you are tackling and handling so much. Not to say, and here's the thing, not to say that the new task, you couldn't accomplish it, but just pace yourself is what your spirit guides are saying to you. Pace yourself for sure. Don't try anything new just yet. Okay? Pace yourself. Pace yourself. Okay? My sage always escalates. Relationship. I'm torn here, and I'll tell you why. Okay, the energy of infidelity does show up in relationship, but so does peace and harmony is what I'm going to say. I think simply is what that is saying is that you can trust the relationship that you are in as of right now. And that's not necessarily a big issue for you as of right now. Okay. What messes the relationship up is that you just know too much. Like, you read too deeply into things, you know too much. This to me is called claircognizance, just knowing, okay? It's a gift of spiritual intuitively knowingness. I think that you just know too much, and sometimes it comes around and bites you in the ass. I feel like the next week is going to definitely be an extremely stressing and trying week. Your spirit guides want you to change your perception of next week as of right now. So when you hear this, those next 7 days, okay, changing your perception though. I feel like you definitely been in a series or an energy of test after test after test after test. So this is kind of like saying, like, get ready, okay? Next week is going to be the same thing. And again, you are on your own. Your spirit guides are kind of just standing back, letting you. And the reason why they're standing back is because they want you to realize that you did this not with their help, but out of your own strength, okay? You've done what you've done, not with their help, but out of your own strength. Yours. You alone. You're a lot stronger. A lot of you think that you have all of this spiritual help and all of this spiritual guidance. You'd be amazed to know that it's you that's just making the right decisions. Your spirit guides haven't told you one way or another. And you make those right decisions based on your own wisdom. So I do like that. I do like that. Let's look at energy of significance. This talks about letting the past go, is what I'm going to say. This is pretty heavy, okay? This is pretty heavy. This is basically saying let the past go, but in the same energy and essence, it's not anything that you've given thought to as of right now. This to me is something that you feel like you've healed from, you've dealt with, that you haven't. Not spiritually. Let's see. Yeah. You haven't. Okay? Now, I don't want you to feel like you're weak or like you are insignificant at all, because I think that mentally and physically and in this world you've handled the problem. But now that you are doing things a lot differently, I think that your spirit guides want you to kind of go back and revisit that and see how you can add a spiritual fix to it. I'll give you an example of something. You know, when you're a kid, when you're younger, you might go through some type of abuse or something. And as you get older, you know, you put it behind you. You continue to be the best man or woman that you can. And you've dealt with it. But now you're on your spiritual journey, okay? Now you are doing things in a spiritual essence. Spirit is catching your eye. Something that you can do to tie up that loose end is maybe writing about it, journaling about it, burning it, spreading the ashes outside, you know, giving it back to the universe and the earth. This is how you would handle something spiritually. Now, I feel like physically you've definitely completed this task, but I think you need to go back and do something spiritual, is what I'm going to say, for sure. This also talks about keeping a close eye on two individuals around you. This is not necessarily saying that you're in danger, they're going to harm you, they're going to hurt you. This is simply saying pay attention to two people in your life, and I feel like you should know why. You should know why. So, how do you feel about that? I think you're up against a lot, is what I'm going to say. You know, I think that there's a lot that's going on in your life. I think that you're up against a lot more than what you realize. And that's why you've been doing things on your own for a long time. For a long time. So, I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching, for letting me read for you today, and I appreciate that. You can visit me at www.ChakraSpiritTarot.com. And again, it's Chakra Spirit Tarot on all platforms. My name is Jordan, and I love you.